Ojai. Punta Arenas, the city in Chile. The administrative center of the commune of the same name, the provinces of Magallanes and areas Magallanes and. In translation from Spanish, the name means the sandy cape. History. Tutocolombo-Vanura, the territory of modern Punta Arenas, was inhabited by the Indian tribes Tu'e-Tu'elcha, which were engaged in hunting, fishery and collecting. White visited these lands. Spaniards from a round-the-world expedition of Ferdinand Magellan in 1520 became the first. Spaniards were struck with the high growth of natives. Average growth to a Tu'elcha was 1.8 meters, Spaniards minus 1.55 meters. And noted their high eagerness to fight. The Spanish government understood huge strategic importance of the pass opened by Magellan from Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean, and at the end of 1581 16 ships with 2,200 settlers on board under Pedro Sarmiento de Gamboa's command sailed from Sanlúcar de Barrameda to found colony on severe coast of the Strait of Magellan. Because of whole gales and diseases among colonists, only 4 ships with 300 settlers who founded on April 25, 1584 the settlement Redon Felipe. It is called in honor of Philip II. Reached the purpose in March 1584. The severe climate, a lack of food and attack of Indians led of settlements to death. The English pirate Thomas Cavendish in 1587 picked up the last survived inhabitant Redon Felipe. A story by the Spaniard about the sufferings which fell to lot of inhabitants impressed even Cavendish, famous for the cruelty, who called the place Port of Hunger. Under this name the area was also known the next 2 centuries among the seamen who were going ashore here only at emergency. The modern name of Punta Arenas was for the first time offered the English Admiral John Narborough. Sandy Point, Sandy Cape, which called this area in the notes in 1669-1671. Though sometimes this merit is attributed by mistake to the English military seaman John Byron, who was injured here shipwreck on May 14, 1741. This name was included into the use in Spanish translation. The first settlement which grew to the modern city was founded here only in 1843, when the amplified disagreements with Argentina concerning accessory of the southern territories induced the Chilean government to be engaged in development of the region. 21 persons, including 2 women, under the leadership of British John Williams Wilson, who took out the Chilean citizenship, were put ashore on September 21. In 1848 the governor José de los Santos Mardones, who transferred the settlement to 60 km to the north, was sent to the mouth of the river Las Limas here. Many decades there was a prison here, and 2/3 population were made by prisoners. At the time the south of Patagonia officially didn't belong to any country, therefore the suspicious persons fleeing the states often lodged in the city. In 1851 prisoners who made part of garrison joined, lifted a mutiny and occupied the city. The mutiny was suppressed by the British military Virago ship passing by Punta Arenas. The second mutiny, so called the Mutiny of Gunners, took place in 1877 and caused to the city significant damage. After final accession of the territory to Chile, the contract of 1881 on border between Chile and Argentina. In the city the big port, which value, however, sharply decreased after the beginning of operation of the Panama Canal, grew. In 1868 there were only 195 inhabitants living in 28 houses, meanwhile as in 1871 the number of inhabitants increased up to 850, located in 210 houses. Except houses, there are also other buildings. Church, barracks, school, drugstore and sawing mill. These inhabitants mostly Chileans, in the same number there are a little foreigners. British. The considerable impetus to development of the city was given by the Agnieszka gold rush of 1883, 1906 and, especially, Patagonian sheep boom of the 1880th, the 1930th years. Thousands of new immigrants, generally Croatian, Scandinavian and Irish origin which attracted to the region. The Croatian diaspora of Punta Arenas descendants of natives of the Dalmatian islands especially make, mainly, the islands of Brač. In the middle of the 19th century the phylloxera devastated vineyards of the Croatian islands, dooming inhabitants to poverty. Croats at first arrived in Argentina, and then many of them directed on the south of Chile, being attracted with news about gold. Soon the President Balmes granted the Chilean citizenship to foreigners from Austria-Hungary who don't speak German. Many streets and squares of Punta Arenas bear the Croatian names. Some Croats of Punta Arenas adopted orphans of the Indian tribe of Yagan. In 1927 the city was renamed in Magellan, but in 1938 returned in the former name. From the middle until the end of the 20th century Punta Arenas experienced economic stagnation, but today the city again actively develops, and, thanks to recently opened shelf reserves of oil and natural gas, has the good prospects of further growth. Geography and climate. The city is on the peninsula Brunswick on the bank of in the middle Strait of Magellan. It is the most southern city of Earth with the population more than 100,000 people and also the most southern city which is on the continent. The city is surrounded by mountains in which several popular ski resorts are located. Through the Strait of Magellan the largest Chilean city of the archipelago of Tierra del Fuego, Porvenir is located. In 100 km to the south from Punta Arenas the most southern continental point of South America, the Cape Froward is located. The commune borders. In the north with communes de Laguna Blanca, San Gregorio. In the northeast with Primavers commune. In the east with communes Porvenir, Timacal. In the south with the commune Timacal. In the northwest with the commune of Rio Verde. In the southwest of the commune the Pacific Ocean is located. Punta Arenas is an antipode of the settlement of Ostberg-Usen. Climate in the city cool sea, but rather dry thanks to effect of a rain shadow of nearby mountains. Rainfall drops out evenly within a year, only 395 mm a year, that approximately is twice less than in Moscow. In the summer of draft drop out in the form of rains, in the winter or in the form of a rain or snow, or in their combination. In mountains in the winter of draft practically always in the form of snow. Population. According to the Chilean National Institute of Statistics, the population of Punta Arenas in 2012 made 131,000 people. Over 90% of citizens belong to white and are descendants of immigrants from Croatia. Every second inhabitant. Spain and from the British Isles. Spanish absolutely prevails in the city, though at the beginning of the 20th century approximately on 1/3 citizens' houses Croatian, Spanish and English used languages. Several hundreds of Indian Mapuche also live in the city. The Indian community grows in recent years. Economy and transport. Punta Arenas experiences rapid economic growth in recent years, relying, first of all, on tourism and oil and gas production. Still significant role is played by fishery and service of the vessels coming into the port, including numerous cruise liners. On the island of Riesco near the city, coal fields are developed. Along with Argentina, Ushuaia and New Zealand, Christchurch and Punta Arenas is a starting point for researchers of Antarctica, where from all three cities regular flights fly. The city is served by the international airport of the President Carlos Ibáñez. IATA. ICA. SCSI. With a passenger turnover of 560,000 people a year. 2010. Regular flights go to the main settlements of the Chilean and Argentina Patagonia, Tierra del Fuego, and also to Santiago and to Antarctica. This city is connected by ferry traffic with Tierra del Fuego and Puerto Williams, and highway with Argentina, and through her with other Chile. Public transport is presented by buses and is under control of the Movigas company. Education. Magallanes University. Sites. In the downtown there is a monument to Ferdinand Magellan, to the first of Europeans who opened these places. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.